Okay, so we're officially, the film is officially running. And
Lights,
so-
camera, fractions.
Does everybody have their notes out? Notes, Roy?
Si,
Notes?
Senorita.
Notes. Notes, minutes, your notes are out? Okay. Okay. So most of you learned this last year, but it's a really important thing to review because I find people forget this stuff very quickly if you don't use it. You already know, everybody seems to be pretty much on track with adding, with simplifying radicals and adding them, right? And subtracting them. That was awesome, right? But with multiplying radicals, I think we just need to see a few things. Remember that the square root of 12 could also be written as the square root of 4 times 3. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
That's like there's nothing wrong. I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
But that could also be written as the square root of 4 times the square root of 3.
Whoa.
Right? I can separate them into their own square root sign.
So wait, wouldn't you just say the square root of 4 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 12 and let that be that? Or is it-
Well, yeah, or I could then say 2 square root of 3, right? If I was simplifying, right? Right? But my point is, it's like, this is what I want you to see, is we can also go backwards. If you have two things under square root signs, separate square root signs, and you're multiplying, you can go backwards and put both of those things under the same square root sign. And then you can do, multiply it and actually come up with an answer like that. And then you might be able to simplify it. So what if I gave you something like this? The square root of 2 times the square root of 6. This is our first problem. That would be the same thing as the square root of 2 times 6, which is the square root of 12, right? You with me? Now, can I simplify the square root of 12?
Yeah. 4 times 3. Like
Yeah, so then I can go square root of 4 times 3. I don't like, personally, I don't put them in separate ones here. I just square root of 4 is 2, I just put it up there. And then I have 2 square root of 3. Does that make sense?
So
See what I'm
wait,
doing?
does that mean like the square root of 2 times 6 is the same as the square root of 4 times 3?
Yes.
Wait,
So
hold on,
two-
isn't
the
it?
square root of 2 times...
So what's interesting is when you have two numbers where like square root of 2 times the square root of 6, neither one of them are perfect squares. But when you multiply them out, you get this, and there might be different factors of 12. These were factors of 12, but there could be different factors of 12 that do have perfect squares in them, and therefore will simplify. Does that make sense? So with that, you wouldn't think you could simplify, right? But once you get here, then you can go backwards to this. Oh, yes, I could have simplified this, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you've got to multiply them out to see what you get. Now, there is another way to do this, and I want you to see it. The square root, I could have, okay, well, let me do it again. Square root of 2 times the square root of 6. I could have done this. Watch this, guys. Square root of, this is 2, right? I'm going to put a 2 here, times, what is 6?
3 times 2.
2 times 3, right?
Yeah.
So
but he-
times 2 times 3.
And then if there's 2
Now, if there's 2 of any one thing, that comes out. So that's gonna disappear. So I have 2 square root of 3.
So essentially,
Essentially, I simplify. I did it faster by keeping them, by simplifying all of them. Does that make sense?
basically you can just do, so you can either just do what we've been doing or
Right.
or just like change the multiplying.
Yeah. Find the factors of the bigger numbers, right, and just see if you have any common factors that like doubles, pairs that can come out. Does that make sense?
I like
And
this.
this
Right?
is
All right, so let's say I gave you, okay, so that's our first one. Let's say we have this 2, the square root of 2 times the square root of 24. So this was one that Jake got, and he didn't get the right answer the final answer that everybody else got, because this is what he got stuck on.
Must be pretty easy.
But let's think about what is 24? It's 2 times 12. Don't you agree with me? What's 12? It's 4 times 3, right? And 4 is 2 times 2. So, in essence, I have the square root of 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 2's. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then times 3. So I have a group of 2 there. That comes out as a 2. I have a group of a pair of 2's there. That comes out as a 2.
2 times 2.
And I'm going to multiply those. So that gives me 4 square root of 3. Okay? Now, the other way I could have done it was I could have just multiplied them out, right? Yep. Right? I could have just said, 2 times 24 is 48, right? The square root of 48 is the same as square root of 16 times 3. Square root of 16 is 4, so I have 4 square root of 3. Those are 2 different ways I could do it. Does that, you guys understand the 2 different ways? Jax is making sense?
Yes. Yeah, so where's the twist?
Yes.
Where does it
Indira.
Where does it get hard?
Right. I'm teaching him 2 different ways just so that you can see them. Because sometimes as we move into slightly more confusing ones, you're going to start to see patterns, right? That you can, sometimes it's worth multiplying them out fully. Sometimes it's worth keeping the factors separate so that you don't end up having gigantic numbers. You know what I'm saying? All right.
How do we do this?
So those are pretty straightforward. Let's start making them a little harder.
Oh, Gary.
Okay?
You should just like let us do 2 plus 2.
All right, so here's 3.
Yeah. I think that was
Jake
like
actually
7.
said something right. 7.5.
Yeah.
2 is 21.
Isn't it 8?
30.
2 plus 2 is 21. All right, the square root of 6x times the square root of 6x.
Is the square root of 6x. The square root of 6x squared.
No, it's just the square root of 6x. No, it's just 6x.
36x squared. Yeah, so it'd be the square root of 6x squared, and then the squared cancels out the.
Right, so Manuk is saying, yeah, so Manuk is saying this. So that he could rewrite this as the square root of 6x squared, right?
No, but you
Don't
could
you
also
agree?
do square root of
And
36.
square and square root cancel each other out, so your final answer is just 6x.
Yeah.
Wait, no, can you
Right?
do square root of 36x?
It kind of looks like a Z
X
with a
squared. 36x squared. Yes.
That would work?
So Jake is saying, well, why couldn't you just do this? The square root of 6x times 6x under the same radical sign, and you can, totally legal. And you can multiply the 6 times the 6 and the x times the x. So that would give you the square root of 36x squared.
A law of binding.
What is the square root of 36?
Oh, square root of 36 is 6.
So 36 becomes out as a 6. What's the square root of x squared? X. So your answer is 6x.
Oh, so it's probably just easier to do that.
But, so the point is though, look, here I have, okay, look, the point is, Jake, I'm waiting. Look, the point is I have 2 of the same things. I have a 6x here, and I have a 6x here. There's my 2 things. They come out as a 6x, right? So whenever I have two of the same numbers under a radical sign multiplying, they just come out. So what would this, now try this one. What's the square root of x plus 2 times the square root of x plus 2? It's x plus 2.
Oh, wow.
Right? Number 5. What is the square root of 7xy times the square root of 7xy?
7xy.
7xy. Right? Because if I put them under the same square root sign, I'd have 2 of the same things.
Gary.
So they come
I
out.
wonder what the square root of 183x times the square root of 183x is.
Oh, that's too much for me. I can't do that. I would just have to guess 183x. But that's total guess.
No, I don't think that's right, Gary.
Okay. So 5, okay. So sometimes though, now that you know that,
Oh, great.
sometimes you're gonna see something
This is
like.
karma, Jake. This is karma.
I know it's gonna be something hard.
Sometimes you're gonna
You
see
just
something.
know it.
What number am I on?
Karma.
36. 6.
Sometimes you're gonna see something like this. Square root of 2 times the square root of 7 times the square root of 2.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
So Ryan's gonna guess this. So basically, if it's like 2, the square root of 2 times the square root of 7 times the square root of 2, it's like the square root of 2 times the square root of 7, and then you keep like that.
Get that man a Nobel Prize.
Like,
Wait, what's the answer?
it's just square root of 2. I mean, it's just 2 times
Two
square
square root of
Right,
7.
square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2, right?
2 square root of 7.
Oh my god!
So it's just 2 square root of 7,
Problem.
right? Yeah, good job.
do
So
another one.
that's what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do another one. Do another one.
Alright.
Fight.
Yeah, sure.
Starbucks after school.
Okay.
Take the bus.
The square root of 13 times the square root of
Like that, I want to
Guys.
fight Jack.
square root of 13 times the square root of 14 times the square root of 13.
13 square root of 14.
No.
13
Yes.
square root of 14. Correct.
Never mind.
Gary, I'm running out of room.
Right?
Don't push.
I thought you were going to
Turn the page.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's how notes work. 8. So
Do
guys,
not question my ethics. I don't know the right word.
what if I gave you this? The square root of 5 times the square root of 5 times the square root of 11. What would it be?
5 square root of 11.
5
Yeah,
square root of
like you
11, right? 5 square root of 11. Somebody just leave?
No, that was Manute. He left the room.
9.
Close the door.
Hey, fam.
No.
What if I gave you this? What if I gave you this? The square root of 7x times the square root of x. You guys paying attention?
Yeah.
Square root of 7x times the square root of x.
Oh, that would be 7x squared, and then like
What?
that's 7x.
7x.
7.
It's just 7x.
It's,
What?
it's
What
7x,
is-
Gary.
What is, wait, there's no 7 here. What?
Oh.
Right.
And the x cancels out the
Okay,
square root.
so I could do that. I could do the long way, which is the square
squared is
root
7.
of 7x squared. Does 7 have a square root?
No.
No.
No. Does x squared have a square root?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the x squared comes out as an x. So my final answer is x square root of 7, right?
Oh my god.
But look, could you have figured that out immediately just from this?
Yeah.
Isn't that the square root of x times the square root of x?
Yeah.
Right? So square root of x times the square root of x immediately comes out as an x, right? And then square root of 7 doesn't.
Okay, could we do another one just to
You guys
look
get
at it?
this?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Okay.
wait, maybe this is.
So that's 9. We'll move on to 10.
Square roots are kind of easy.
902.
No, Gary. Okay, yeah, you know I joke, but right now I'm being serious. Square roots are actually kind of easy.
Yeah, like seriously, this is pretty easy. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
See.
What if I gave you this? The square root of
Yeah.
10.
Agent hat. I can't make cranes, but I can make
Okay, so let's think about this for a second. It would.
7, Gary.
Spicy.
7 and 2.
Spicy meat.
Wait, so Manu.
So that equals
Spicy one
the
squared.
14.
Yeah.
Change that to
Spicy
7
meat
times the
times
square root.
spicy.
Did you guys hear what he just said? You guys are missing so many.
guys.
There's so many people talking. Did you hear what Manuk just said?
Yeah.
No, what did he say?
I mean, 7 times.
Yeah, change 14. Immediately he saw that 14 has a 2 in it, right? So he immediately saw, oh, we could do square root of 2x times 2 times 7. Well, the 2's come out as a 2. And the 7x will have to stay under.
Yay!
So it's 2 square root of 7x.
Insert clapping noises.
Right? Does that make sense?
Clapping noises.
Right?
Yeah, that's what we said. Hello, how you doing, Jackson? Oh crap! No.
They're self-practiced.
It's just a prank, bro.
Just
It's a prank.
Hello, how you
Okay,
doing?
wait, hold on. Give me a second to copy this stuff.
I do good. How do you?
Okay, what would that be?
X times 3.
X cubed.
X squared.
Cubed, right.
Yeah, that.
What would that be?
X
X
squared.
X.
No, no.
X.
It'd be
X 35.
With variables like this and their different exponents,
It would be X to the third fifth.
it would be
X
X,
to the
no,
third fifth.
To the 12th.
No, it wouldn't
To
be
the 12th.
same
It wouldn't be
basis,
To the 12th.
same basis when you multiply, same basis with exponents, when you multiply,
It's outside of
12.
the X.
right? It's gonna be X to the 5 plus 7,
12.
right? Which is X to the
12.
12,
Yeah.
right? Square root of X to the 12. Now, what is that?
X.
X to the 12.
X to the, right? A square root cuts an exponent in half,
alright, so
X to
right?
the 6.
So it's gonna be X to the 6, right?
Wait, hold on.
Triangle, dude.
Let's try square root of X third times the square root of X to the 8th. Well, not 8, let's do 9. Alright, so what's, whoops, that's the same one, sorry. 11, okay?
Oh, that's X 14.
Square
X.
root of X to the 14.
X to the 7th.
So it comes out as X to the 7th,
Damn.
right? Do you see why? Because X to the square root of X to the 14th could be written as the square root of X to the 7 times the square root of X to the 7th. See what I mean?
Can we do
So
our
therefore, it would come out as X to the 7th.
Our test side.
Alright. 13. Moving to 14. So you guys know this stuff. That's great.
Yes, Gary, can we not do any more?
Making
I'm
sense.
getting tired of writing so much.
Alright, what if I gave you this? 14, right?
Jack, use
What
your.
if I gave you this?
Give.
Oh, it's just X. Oh. It's just X plus 4.
4X squared.
Right, it's just X plus 4. Right? Yes? You guys got this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
15.
Yeah, I get it.
Asian hat.
Alright. Alright, what if I gave you this? 3 square root of 4x times 2 square root of 2x. Ooh, a little more confusing.
Oh, so I have an idea. I
Yeah.
have a brain power, I think. Okay. So maybe. Okay.
6 square root of 2.
Wait. I had an idea. Dang it. Never mind.
6
So-
square root of 8x.
So can we multiply that 3 times the 4x?
No.
No.
Yes.
Can we make that the square root of 12x?
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
No. When it's not, when a number is not under a square root sign, you can't multiply it times
Yeah.
the number inside the square root
But you
sign.
can't
That's
multiply
why
it by
you
the
keep
2.
it. That's why you keep it outside. But anything outside is fair game. I can multiply those two
So
together.
6
So suddenly,
square
I've
root of
got
8x.
6 square root of, I think my inclination, instead of saying 8x, would be, we've got x times x, so I know it's going to be x squared. In fact, so the x could come out, couldn't it? The x times x would come out as a 6x. So now I just have 4 times 2, which is really 2 times 2 times 2. Don't you agree with me?
Which is
Which, what happens? The 2's, 2 of the 2's come out as a 2. So what's my final answer?
12x square root of 2g.
You got it.
Are we gonna have all
Well,
of these types of problems on our homework?
Yeah, in fact, a lot of them are coming right off the homework. So
Oh.
if you're taking notes,
Yeah, boy.
you will do quite
Okay,
well.
Zane, I'm gonna
One
steal your
time I
notes.
choose
Give
to
me
take
your
Alright.
notes and it actually comes in handy.
14,
I will
16.
rock kick him to the moon.
And for the first time in
Alright.
forever.
Dead me. Wow.
Alright, what if I gave you this?
I always thought that was from Aladdin.
Guys,
What's that song was from Aladdin?
Don't
Nice. Alright, what if I gave you this?
Oh,
What is the property you'd have to use?
distributive.
Distributive, exactly.
Yeah.
Good job. So I've got to multiply the square, you guys, Lena, let her listen. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3, what would that give me? Square root of 3. 3. It would be 3, right? Yes, right?
Gary, how
Square
many
root of 3
problems
times
are
the
on
square root of 3 is 3,
23.
Oh.
right? Plus, I've got 2 times the square root of 3 times 3 times 4. You with me? Roy, focus. 3 times, so 2, what am I doing? I didn't mean to do that. 2 square root of 3 times 3 times 4. 3 times 3 times 4.
Would be 4 square root.
So that 3 comes out, so its final answer is 6 square root of 4.
The 4 also comes out.
So we have 3 plus, oh yeah, what am I doing? Right.
4.
You're right. So that's a 2.
Gary, these three.
Sure. So you're right. Sorry, I just wasn't thinking.
Yeah, 2.
So we've got 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12, right? So your answer is 12. So it's 3 plus 12, right? Which is equal to 15.
Gary.
Where'd I put, where is
You
it?
said our 30th lecture.
So
was
let's look at this again. The square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. The square root of 3 times 2 times the square root of 12 is, we figured it out, it's 12. So 3 plus 12 is 15. So that's tricky, right? That's a little trickier. Yeah.
Can you just? 3 times 12, 36.
6, right. It's perfect 6, exactly. Beautiful. That's an easier way to do it, right? Right? So 2 times 6 is 12. You got it.
Gary.
Yes.
So we worked with that homework on 30th lecture, and now we have homework. Like you
So,
said you were gonna
and,
do it
but a bonus, right, is that I did have them.
Oh yeah.
Almost all of the ones I did on the board are on your homework sheet. But I just want to make sure you know how to do them when you're doing them on your sheet. Just don't leave them blank just because I did them on the
homework.
on the board. Just fill them in, do them, right? You've got all the answers.
We
You
should
gave
do
us
Alright.
homework without actually giving us homework.
I know, isn't that brilliant? What did I do with
You really are a wizard.
Okay, so
Do we have
let me.
homework or not?
Is that like the,
Yeah.
is that like a,
Seasoning.